What is up, everybody? Solomon here. Super excited to be with Genfinity. We are interviewing multitudes of projects across Web3. Today, I am extremely honored to have somebody that is kind of a technical guru within this space, has been around for quite some time, and just hopefully we can educate the community on some of the insights coming out of this space, especially within the Hedera ecosystem. That being said, no longer delaying this, and let's get the ball rolling here. Super excited to have you today, Graal. And honestly, this has been one of the interviews that I've been trying to put together as long as I can remember. Such an inspiration to so many in this space, and just really appreciate you joining us today.
I mean, it's no surprise. Everybody pretty much thinks I'm the smartest guy ever. So it makes sense that you'd want me on this. What is this, on some kind of tube or some kind of tube deal?
Yeah, I mean, this will be we stream this content as you know, across as many platforms as we possibly can. Yeah, and like I said, it's kind of just an honor. I always like to start these out with a little bit of an introduction of the individual up here today, and I'd like to kind of ask you the who, what, when, where, and why of Graal. A little bit of a new segment for us. So, who Graal?
Who Grelf is me, Grelf. I'm Gerbert the Grelf. That's my full name. Some people just call me Grelf, which is very respectful. Everybody loves that. It's the same as when I call people human. They really seem to love it. They really seem to appreciate it. Yeah, that's me. I'm a Grelf. Didn't know that until people started screaming Grelf at me, and then it just all clicked after that.
100%, yeah. And so I think you talked a little bit about what Graal. So let me ask you, when Graal?
Let's see. When Grelf, this shadowy figure wearing a cloak, couldn't see his face. He approached me one day and he propositioned me. He said, "Would you like to be the face of a crypto coin?" And I said, "What's a crypto coin?" To this day, I still have not gotten an answer on that. Not sure why people can't explain that to me, but I said, "All right." And then he took the signature from my soul, and thus the Grelf crypto coin, which maybe some people have heard of, was born. Got no idea what it does. Pretty sure it doesn't actually do anything. But some people seem to like it. Some people seem to really hate it. It's been a big change to my life.
And I'm sorry if I'm a little bit nervous here. It's just a little bit of, this is one of the kind of bucket list interviews that I've had for a really long time. So I hope I'm doing an okay job. Where Graal?
Well, that's a funny story. I don't know specifically. I don't have like a map or a GPS. But I live in the Enchanted Forest. More specifically, I live in a large, hollowed out stump in the Enchanted Forest. It's pretty cozy, pretty comfy. Yeah, I got my squirbows with me. They're little rodent-like guys. They do little chores for me. They're a lot of fun. I've been trying to teach them music, but I don't know how to play an instrument, so it's been a little difficult. Yeah, it's been a little difficult for me.
And then why Graal?
I've never thought about it.
Well, you
Why
talked.
Ralph?
Yes. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry. Good.
Now that I've spent a long time thinking about it, maybe 5 seconds, I think I can answer you. Because
That's and that we can think about all sorts of things that kind of leads us into. I know you touched base a little bit about stumps and the importance of stumps. Can you maybe just go through why you feel stumps are kind of so important?
well, I like stumps. I like living in them. I like using them for my workout routine. If we're going to be honest, I don't want to give any secrets away, but people do ask me how I maintain my physique, and that's one way. Um, I eat a lot of protein, a lot of beans. And An acorn tea in the morning helps me get ready, but the main thing is the stump work. So, I live in a big stump. It's not like a tiny one. I'm not tiny. A lot of people think I'm tiny. I'm not tiny, okay? I'm not Shrek either. A lot of people think I'm Shrek, that I'm gross, and I make candles out of my earwax. I don't do that. I
No.
buy candles, okay? But the stump stuff, basically, the best workout I've ever found is, I'm walking around. I go on my walks I love. I find a stump, and I just grab that boy. I just heave ho. Sometimes I do a little kicking if I want to do leg day, right? And eventually that boy gets ripped out of the ground, and it's been getting easier and easier every summer.
Getting stronger for sure. I mean, yeah, it's good to put in the reps. And you mentioned, is it squirбos? Can you explain, I know there's a difference here, and I don't think a lot of people get it sometimes, but the difference between rodent and rodent-like. I would love if you could maybe go through that a little bit for us. Why,
Sure.
basically the why it matters.
Well, because you might think, oh, it's a rat, but it's not a rat. It's kind of like if you mixed like a bunny with, a rat, and also maybe like a squirrel.
Okay. Now, I want to get into the meat and potatoes here because you've been making a lot of waves throughout this space recently. And for me, looking out at the animal kingdom, there's so many animals in the animal kingdom. I would love if you could maybe discuss the importance of giraffes, though.
Okay. This is something that's very close to my heart. Uh, the Hedera community has been struggling. I mean, it's no secret. Some people may try to hide it. Some people may try to deflect. Some people may even try to fight with other people in the Hedera community and hope that we forget. But the fact is, the Hedera community needs somebody to look up to. They need somebody to look up to. Who better for everyone to look up to than a giraffe? They're really tall.
True. Yeah. Now I know you actually went through the process here, though. So, and I believe it's called Project Bertha. And this is kind of like the redefinition of community on Hedera, from my understanding. So, can you maybe tell us a little bit about Project Bertha? Tell us, what the vision here, what the goal is, how this is really going to bootstrap out the entire ecosystem. I don't know if
So
do you know bootstrap? You know what bootstrap is, right, Graal?
I don't wear shoes, but I can infer based on context clues.
Okay. Sorry. Do you need me to repeat the question?
No, no, I think I got it. So Bertha is the name that we desperately hope to name the giraffe Bertha, because that would just be the best name. Obviously, we don't need to get into that. So I applied for a grant from the Hbar Foundation to give us this giraffe, for all the Hedera community to look up to. Um, and I think that at the end of the day, what you need in life is somebody to look up to. We can all get angry, and we can all, mess with each other and call each other scam boys or moon boys or some different type of boy. But at the end of the day, we're all boys, and boys need someone to look up to. And the strongest figure I could think is a giraffe. And there's basically no downside to this that I can see. We pay for a giraffe. So something else happens in the middle. We profit.
100%. So it sounds like there's been a ton of thought that's went into this.
Oh yeah.
Can you maybe walk us through just like the vision? Like when did you first have, these visions of, you know, the community-based giraffe?
Well, I was thinking, what's the tallest animal? Giraffe.
Yeah.
Oh, you want more? Let me think. Also, they have really long blue tongues. Also, and I feel that may be useful. Hedera is actually a name for ivy, for like an ivy plant. You know who would be really good at eating that plant? Giraffe.
Totally understood. Now this isn't something that you just, you did for show here. You actually went through the process of filling out a
Mm.
grant with the Hbar Foundation. You know, I can't think of anybody else that's better suited for any tips or advice that you would give, best practices for filling it. Was it a difficult thing? And then maybe give some
Oh,
advice. Yeah, go ahead.
oh,
Sorry.
it was extremely difficult. They asked me my name. They asked me like what I wanted. They asked me to put in a LinkedIn. I didn't have one. So between you and me, don't tell them. I just made up a I just made up a link for the LinkedIn. So just don't tell them that, please. I'm already on thin ice with Elaine. So the it could be simplified. Maybe just like pick which animal you want, and then also put your name. Maybe that would make it a little more simple, at least for me. That'd make it a lot more simple for me. Um, but if you're thinking about applying to the HBAR Foundation, I would say definitely do it. Um, because they might like it, and they might not even dislike it, and they might even like you. Uh, and basically, I don't see why there's any downside. A lot of people complain about not getting grants, um, which to me is a little silly because you can't just expect a bunch of free money for a giraffe every single time you want one. But
Yeah.
this time, I think is the good one.
Now, do you think over time we'll start seeing more um, in real life animals starting to affect kind of the future of this space? Do you foresee kind of the full animal kingdom here over time, or is it just the giraffe?
Not lobsters. No.
Okay.
If I
Yeah.
see a single lobster on Hedera, let's just I want to be respectful of your audience here. Let's not get into that. Just no lobsters on Hedera, but I'd like to see an elephant.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Is it an elephant or
Yeah, an elephant.
okay. Um yeah, and we certainly don't want to offend anybody out there that enjoys lobsters or you know you
You
know
can eat them. Just don't bring them. Yeah.
okay. I want to get into, this is really kind of why I wanted you here as well. This is a new segment we're doing called the Technical Corner. So I'm going to ask you a question, and I would just love your thoughts, shed some expertise on this. Within the distributed ledger framework of the Hedera network, achieving precise consensus timestamps for transactions is pivotal for ensuring the integrity and immutability of the ledger. This process involves intricate coordination between the network's gossip about gossip protocol and the hashgraph consensus algorithm. Could you provide a comprehensive explanation detailing how the Hedera network orchestrates the synchronization of consensus timestamps amidst the decentralized propagation of transaction information through its gossip about gossip protocol, and how the hashgraph consensus algorithm leverages this information to ascertain transaction order and finality, apologies, within the ledger?
I'll tell you how. I'll tell you how. It does it really, really, really good.
And can you maybe expand just a little bit for us? I mean, I know that this is probably a lot, but yeah, I mean, it's just anything else that you could shine a light on us, because I think this could really educate the audience here.
Well, the Hedara hash graph is it's a series of tubes. Yeah, the way you can think about it. And some tubes go one way, some tubes go another way. And the gossip thingy is basically when a tube has a thing in it, let's say a hamster, right? It basically is talking about the hamster and bragging essentially to the other tubes. Little does it know, the other tubes also have hamsters. One of them even has a guinea pig. So basically, these tubes keep checking in on each other. And everybody knows where the hamster gets to go. And no hamster gets to cut in line, which is important. The hamsters arrive when they're supposed to arrive, instead of some hamsters cutting the line, which if you've ever been to a hamster off is a big problem.
And certainly no hamster left. Certainly no hamster left behind either.
Oh no. God forbid. No, no, we can't have that.
Part two of this kind of technical question that I would like to kind of ask you here is, in what ways do you foresee blockchain technology evolving and intersecting with other emerging technologies to reshape industries and societal structures in the next decade?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I was listening to that. Um, what I have to say about that is that blockchain is dumb and Hashgraph is good. So who cares what blockchain does?
Okay.
Do you like that? Was that good, guys? I think they like that. Yeah.
And this kind of gets out of the weeds a little bit with the technical stuff here. And I know that I would love just your thoughts on crypto versus crypto.
Crypto, way easier to say, way easier to spell. And as far as crypto, what? And as far the other one,
Crypto with a T.
well, I can tell you this much: if I ever found a toe in a crypt, I'd be disgusted. I'd be
Yeah.
disgusted. I would. I don't even know why people would be in a crypt, much less be looking for toes in the crypt. So yeah, I'm gonna say crypto, nasty, disgusting blue toe. No thanks. Crypto, yummy, delicious baked bread you found in a crypt. Give me more, baby. Give me more of that crypto.
Tell me about the future of Growth. And walk us through your journey here. I mean, the road traveled thus far. It's always such an interesting story to, take the full picture into account. Where you've where you've been.
I
Apologies.
do like beans. Yeah.
I'm nervous on this one. I'm sorry. This is just such a bucket list interview. Where you've been, where you're at now, and where you're going in the future.
I've been at my house. I'm at my house right now. And when I really think about it, I think probably I'll be at my house in the future. Yeah.
Walk us out a little bit here, and I have to say, I always like asking for any forward looking statements from any of these interviews that we do here, and it's just been such an honor to have you today, Graal. But what are you excited about moving forward in the future with this space?
I'm excited about getting a big, beautiful giraffe named Bertha. Other than that, I'm just excited for our little community to really come into its own. Yeah, really come into its own and figure out the things that we care about, and try not to compare ourselves to other communities so much. We got a lot of interesting and unique stuff going on right here on Hedera. I think that's how you spell it. I mean, say it. I think that's how you make it think in your word bank.
Well, we really appreciate your time today. And that being said, I hope this isn't the last time that we get to talk to you. It has been such an honor and a pleasure to be able to have you here today, Graal, and your insight is invaluable. That being said, guys, we will see you guys next time. Thank you so much.